I think it's a pretty classic, what does training do? It turns your C's into B's and your B's into A's. I think it's I think there is a process that you can look at, and I do think quite a few of these are quantifiable, but they're sort of you have to think about it and you have to know your space. You have to know what your industry, you have to know your business. I feel like we can talk about our own and maybe some of the people we've worked with. It's hard to take a generalized term and put it out there. But I do feel like it's not a this grand intangible thing that happens at a macroeconomic level. I think it happens, like you said, it happens to to the individual. It's like, what did I get done today? Especially if if you're employed at a small company where you wear a lot of hats, or you're self-employed. It's like, what did I get done today? Was I productive today? And then when you have a small, then you look at your team and then you say, what did my team did do today? Right? And then you go bigger and you go like, what about the whole company? Like, what did the company accomplish today? Right? And we all would spend, the same amount of time working. We all sat down and worked, our hours. And it's not about necessarily how hard you work or how much you get paid or something. We're just saying, how much did you get done today, in the last 8 hours of work? And if the answer is, oh, I sat and I had to correct a mistake, took me 3 hours. Or if your answer is, oh, I was waiting for IT to fix this up for me, so I just kind of took a little break. Or if your answer is, I'm using this old tool, it takes me 5 times as long to get the same thing done. Or if your answer is, I had this thing that happened that came up in support and I've never run into it. So I just spent my whole day on that. And you just think about it, all of these little things in a day, you can lose hours, you can lose days to these things if you're not prepared for it. So how do you as a business start get ahead of that? How do you design around that? How do you make sure everybody's prepared for that so that in all those situations, we had a special situation, took care of it in 15 minutes, not a problem. There was no admin time. I knew how to do it myself. I had permission to do it. I just went and fixed it myself. It took me 5 minutes. You know, I made a mistake, but everything was documented. Correcting it was no problem. Or even better, I didn't even make the mistake. I didn't have to spend time correcting a mistake. Or I've got the latest tools and everything just happens super fast. I'm not sitting there waiting for my old laptop to crunch some numbers. I think all of these little things, they all add up to you being more productive and you having a better
One
day and your company producing more.